Hi folks, it's good to be with you. I've got to be quick because if I start coughing, I've been ill for the last 4 days. I've been in bed with flu, so forgive me. I want to do this video quickly before I start coughing because if I do it goes quite badly. So I'm just making this video just to thank everybody for their support. I want to thank Brother Frank and Kadeen and the home church and the elders for sending me Bibles and literature, so thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. I want to thank Brother Mike, Gareth and George for coming down with me to Hyde Park. It was a big ask, it took a lot of work to do, so thank you guys for all your support and encouragement. And the guys were just really good, such a blessing, so thank you. I want to thank the people down at Hyde Park, Suku, Bob the Builder, Godwin, and for giving support and encouragement, and really appreciated that. And also want to thank the individual guys that bought me drinks, give me chocolate, put their hand on my shoulder and give me some encouragement, so thank you so much. It's really appreciated. And I want to thank all the street preachers back at Manchester and around the country, in Liverpool, Brother Alan in Liverpool, and other street preachers who so many to mention, Brother Luke and many others, and a fellow brother, fellow Calvinist who advises me every now and again from behind the scenes. I want to thank everybody for your encouragement, and I really appreciate it, so thank you. I want to thank the people that have donated financially. In 1 month, I think about £1,000 was donated, which provided for equipment and various other resources. So that that was much appreciated. £300 was given for recording equipment, and then other money was given for other things as well. So I really appreciate that. Just some scripture. 1 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 12. Abound in love to one another. Admonish one another. Romans 15:14. Bear one another's burdens. Galatians 6:2. Be kind to one another. Ephesians 4:32. Care for one another. 1 Corinthians 12:25. Comfort one another. 1 Thessalonians 4:18. Confess to one another. James 5:16. Consider one another. Hebrews 10:24. Edify one another. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Exhort one another. Hebrews 3:13. Forbear with one another. Ephesians 4:2. Forgive one another. Colossians 3:13. Greet one another. 2 Corinthians 13:12. Have compassion on one another. 1 Peter 3:8. Have fellowship with one another. 1 John 1:7. Have peace with one another. Mark 9:10. In honour preferring one another. Romans 12:10. Kindly affectionate one to another. Romans 12:10. Like-minded to one another. Romans 15:5. Love one another. John 15:12. Minister to one another. 1 Peter 4:10. Of the same mind to one another. Romans 12:16. Pray for one another. James 5:16. Receive one another. Romans 15:7. Serve one another. Galatians 5:13. Subject to one another. 1 Peter 5:5. Submit to one another. Ephesians 5:21. Tarry for one another. 1 Corinthians chapter 11:33. Teach one another. Colossians 3:16. Use hospitality to one another. 1 Peter 4:9. Wash one another's feet. John 13:14. I just want to thank my home church, the pastors there that have been a great encouragement, and people there to me. I want to also thank a few of the brothers down at Hyde Park who met up, Brother Jason and etc. So I just want to thank everybody, and just to say, let's look out for each other, pray for each other, support each other, encourage each other. Just some encouraging news. I think that the tide is turning at Hyde Park. We need to pray for conversions, that Muslims will get saved. But I do think that there's a tide is turned. The Islamic Dawah teams really dominated Hyde Park. last year and over the last few years. But a number of teams and different groups and individuals have been going down, and we've been pushing and critiquing Islam while we've been doing evangelism. And I do think that the Islamic Dawah teams are running scared. We see that one brother who does a healing ministry down there come up to me and he said, look, they're not coming to debate you, they're scared. And they're scared. So it's a good thing that they're scared, because they know they're on the back foot. So I want to encourage everybody down there to keep focused. The Muslims will try to cause division amongst us. That's going to be the next tactic, because they feel the pressure. So let's keep united. But yeah, the Muslims are under pressure at the moment, and they're feeling the heat of Bob the Builder and other people down there. Godwin and Hatum and Daniel's group and many others that go down there. They're feeling the heat. And I feel like, for me, one of my hearts is Manchester, being in Manchester, but also my heart's also in London. And I really love the Muslim people, I really do. I love Muslims. I don't know why, but I just do. And I might mention sometimes about Islam politically, because I believe it's legitimate. But generally speaking, from an evangelistic point of view, I really love Muslim people, and I really want Muslims to get saved. So I hope that the challenges that we've made to the Quran on textual criticism will cause Muslims to really start to think about the gospel. And really many of them will come to know the Lord. So I'm praying about that. So keep praying. So just keep praying. And the Christian teams down there, we really love you up here. We really are praying for Hatum and Daniel and Lizzie Schofield and Godwin, Bob the Builder, Suku, and Rory Gallagher when he's down there filming. Many of the preachers down there we're praying for. Our heart's with you, we love you, and we're just behind you. We really want you to do well, and we want to see people saved through the work that you're doing. So, may God get the glory. And again, Hyde Park's so central. It's so central to the defence of Britain and also Europe. What happens down at Hyde Park is being filmed, and those films are going all over the world. So it's strategic that we make a stand for the gospel and for the Christian faith down at Hyde Park, and not concede that ground to Islam, because they're using Hyde Park to take over the nation. Okay, it's one of their strategies. So we put a spanner in the works, and hopefully we can turn the tide with reason and evidence and debate and discussion. That's all we can do. Pray for the continual preaching of the gospel around Manchester and around the country, Birmingham and different places that we go. I'm praying of setting up Bible study groups, maybe in London and Manchester, with a view to making them, developing them into church planting situations. So I'm praying about that, particularly in London and in Manchester. Pray about a gazebo and cameras. I'd like to get bigger cameras. I'd like to get a gazebo. So if you could pray about that, it would help the work when it rains and it's visible, and it's a good testimony to have a gazebo. We need cameras, big cameras for Hyde Park. Also support Suku's channel and invest in him for cameras as well, because he needs more cameras. And if anybody can support him, that'd be great. But also we need cameras ourselves as well. So if anybody can help in that way. So God bless you. I'm not well. I'm not at my best. I'm out of action for another couple of days at least. So God bless you. Love to everybody, and my heart's with you all. God bless you. And love to every Muslim out there. I love you all. God bless you.